The tide doesn't ask permission. The tide doesn't negotiate. The dark tide comes, and everything on the shore is gone.
Of the northern sea, 100 longships cutting silently. The shore saw nothing until we were there. The dark tide doesn't announce itself, beware. We are the water that the north has sent, an iron wave with one and only intent. No coast is safe when dark tide starts to flow. The dark tide never stops, it only grows. The tide of iron rising from the deep. No fortress holds against the wave we keep. The dark tide answers only to the north, and Iron Odin sent the dark tide forth. Dark tide rising from the sea. Dark tide, nothing gets to flee. Iron and salt and fury in the way. Dark tide, your shores become our grave. Dark tide, hear the longships creak. Dark tide, no one's at their peak. When the dark tide crashes on your shore. Dark tide, Iron Odin's Iron War. I've sailed through storms that cracked a lesser ship. I felt the ocean's cold and angry grip, but dark water never swallowed one like me. The ocean recognized its own, set free. I am the tide that Odin rides to war. I am the wave that's never touched the shore without leaving. I am where the water ran. The dark tide was here before the plan. The tide of iron rising from the deep. No fortress holds against the wave we keep. The dark tide answers only to the north, and Iron Odin's at the dark tide forth. Dark tide rising from the sea. Dark tide, nothing gets to flee. Iron and salt and fury in the way. Dark tide, your shores become our grave. Dark tide, hear the longships creak. Dark tide, no one's at their peak. When the dark tide crashes on your shore. Dark tide, Iron Odin's Iron War. Feel the water pulling back. That's not retreat. That's the ocean. Take in a breath before the final wave. The biggest wave. The last wave. The last wave is the one no wall survives. The dark tide's final push decides who thrives. I watched 100 shores try to hold fast. The dark tide always wins from first to last. No lighthouse warns of what we really are. No map has ever marked Iron Odin's scar. Upon the northern sea we carved our name. The dark tide and Iron Odin, one and same. Dark tide rising from the sea. Dark tide, nothing gets to flee. Iron and salt and fury in the way. Dark tide, your shores become our grave. Dark tide, hear the longships creak. Dark tide, no one's at their peak. When the dark tide crashes on your shore. Dark tide, Iron Odin's Iron War. Iron Odin, dark tide. The ocean always returns. The ocean never forgets.